Yo, yo, ya dude. Tank Lip, Tank Lip. Who's tuning in? Let's get to it. 2016 shit. Yo, let's get that coffee. I actually really believe this cup was poisoned. Like, if you look, this is not even the point of the blog, but in case today is the day where they actually get me, all the talk about people getting me, today's the day where it turns into reality. Let's just show you this type of strategic shit they do. All right, there's the cup, right? Now, notice, like, okay, that's natural for there's going to be markings on the cup, coffee's going to spill. But, like, if someone wanted to get me, like, if they suspected I would be coming through during a certain time period, let's say a couple hour time period between 10 and 12 or something, and they wanted to ensure that that cup of poison or whatever the poison they were going to put in my cup, that it actually got to the cup that is being given to me. Notice right there, something was done. This is not for me holding the cup. Like, someone did something to the cup, like a marking, where someone that, if they wanted to be discreet, like, let's say most of the Panera employees are just regular good people and they're innocent and they have no agenda against me, but there's like one what I call a quote unquote plant, so like or a seed or whatever, like actually not a seed, let's call them a plant, someone that is working there under the illusion they just need money and they're working at Panera, but really they're there as like a hitman against Tank Lip. Okay, and just waiting for that opportune moment where they could get me and get away with it. We've already discussed people that I believe are in that strategies, including this dude Ken, okay, that is fucking camped out there and could be possibly the person that's got like the poison on him or whatever, like chemical, whatever it is that they're trying to hit me with. Like, he's the one camped out there every day. Like, we asked, like, it would take something really elaborate. Like, they'd have to know when I'm coming through. They'd have to know, they'd have to be there to then, like, when I'm coming through, someone's there to, like, assist with the actual people that are workers there, the staff, in a way where the staff, the can never be incriminated. Like, there's too many things for reasonable doubt. And like Mr. Ken's there and he comes over when the fucking worker puts the cup down and walks away for 2 seconds. Ken's right there to walk over and slip it in. Boom. And now it's in my cup. Well, for Ken to know, or someone who, either it's Ken or someone playing that role that I'm esteeming could be Ken's role, for them to know, like, which is actually the cup that I'm going to be getting, they got to put some markings on the cup where no one has to even write anything down or say a word. All the person has to do is look at the cup, and because of that marking, they know that's the cup that needs to be given to Tank Lip, so that he then ingests that poison while he's drinking his coffee, like no different than the people that got the king's chocolate. Remember that story? Where they knew the king was allergic to chocolate, so they fucking got his chocolate. I mean, how fucking evil. That is evil when it gets down to like shit like that. So if Tank has now purposefully, as a smart chess player, I'm not going to like run from my fears. I'm going to face them. I already have the conspiracy theory that this could be done to my coffee, been done already, or will be done at some point. Or in my own idiocy, now I have planted that idea in people's minds, and then they get the bright idea, oh, Tank thinks it's being done anyway, well, we might as well do it. Let's make a believer out of him. So anyway, the point is, today the cup has a marking that is not a natural marking on the cup lid. And it actually is something that, like, if I try to just do it for a minute, if I took 60 seconds and ran my fingernails across the lid, the cup lid, I couldn't even create that marking. Like, it had to have been literally done. Okay, cup lids don't erode. It didn't just get this hole on its own. Look, like, look, I'm gonna do it to this part of the lid. Here I am rubbing. Am I creating that kind of marking where it looks like someone stuck a knife and created, like, look, do you see that? Do you see this? Like, that was done to this cup. And I don't think it's by any coincidence. I think it was a marking placed on the cup so that someone would know without having to incriminate themselves, okay, as little witnesses as possible, okay, and I think this guy Ken, okay, with his orange motorcycle that's camped out there every day, somehow he has the same flexible schedule that Tank Lip does. This guy doesn't go to work or anything, that he can sit in Panera for fucking 5 hours every morning from like 8 a.m. till fucking whatever, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and he has nothing better to do. Not to mention he's in cahoots with the Panera employees. Tank Lip, okay, was accused of being too friendly, and that's when I'm like, have a great day, and somehow that was too much for the Panera employees. Yet these Panera employees are brainwashed by this guy Ken. They literally can't wait to get on break and sit down with him. You will always see 3 or 4 of the employees, either while they're working, they're not even on break, they're sitting down with him. When they're on break, they're sitting, he's always got like 3 or 4 Panera employees keeping him fucking company. I mean, that's not too chummy for the workers to be with a customer. But when I said, hey, you're beautiful, have a nice day, just as like every human being's beautiful, have a great blessed day, that was like creepy. Okay, that was too much for them. I had to be put in my place. But Ken is not encroaching the boundaries or anything. Okay, so Ken's on my list of like possible suspects if anything ever happens to me. Today, by the way, this is not even the blog. I'm just on a tangent, and this just makes sense to talk about. The more I'm talking about it, I want to just put it out there. Because I will be vindicated. If today's the day I go down for the count, because Ken decided that after all his strategies of how it's going to go down, he actually, fulfilled the plan and the plot and, like, made a move, and I'm going down, and today's the day I die, I'm getting vindicated because I'm putting this shit public. I'm already crazy, so I'm not in fear of Natasha Simmons. Thank you for the faces, and you're beautiful, and not in a creepy way. Okay, I'm getting vindicated. I do not fear that this blog, now all of a sudden Tank Lip's crazy. No, Tank Lip is crazy. I'm candidly talk about my mental illness. If I go down today, Ken's going down, and every fucking employee at Panera that were part of poisoning my coffee. I'm telling you, this marking is no coincidence. This marking right here, look at that. That was done to the cup. It's a very subtle marking. It's not, you'd have to like look at the cup and examine it to like know it's there, unless you're sharp like me. And I catch shit like this without even looking too hard. And not to mention the fact that I do look for shit like this. Because I know the criminal mind. I know how the criminal mind works. So I get inside that criminal mind to protect myself from the criminals. I'm just a good guy trying to wake up from sleep paralysis, you fucking bastards. Okay, I can't get a cup of coffee without the fucking ignorant, brainwashed workers now in cahoots with Ken. Because I smiled at the guy when I drove after I got the coffee. I just felt like something was wrong. So I tested his temperature. I gauged his temperature and I said, I'm going to kiss this motherfucker's ass. I smiled at him. Okay, blank, emotionless, flat looks from this piece of shit. Okay? If I didn't give him a smile, he would have been throwing me nasty looks. So since he can't throw me nasty looks as I'm smiling, that exposes him. Just fucking Mr. Ken's all blank today. No, Ken, I see through you. You're transparent. Do you understand? I'm not of this earth. I got different powers, okay? And I know how the fucking corrupted individuals operate. Okay, I wasn't born yesterday. I was born before yesterday. Okay, on some shit like that. And I do not fear that all of a sudden I put this out and now I incriminate myself as the crazy man. I've candidly put myself as the man with mental illness. So this is about some vindication if today somehow some shit happens to me and that's the end of Tank Lip. Tank's going down. Yeah, Tank's going down. Kenya going down, and also, I can't even keep a straight face. The fucking, that's some cerebral shit when you start smiling like that. That's like, they already got it. When I can't control my facial gestures and I look like I'm cracking up, that's cerebral. It already has got into my brain, whatever they put in the coffee. Normal people don't look like lunatics when they smile. It looks cute. I look fucking deranged, it would be the word, of that fucking smile that I couldn't even control. That was cerebral. That wasn't even me smiling. I don't smile. That was like some shit up here, cerebral, like happening that made me lose control of my facial muscles. You fucking bastard, Ken. I've got my eye on you. Listen, I know this is getting redundant, but the point is, what is the point of a marking on then why are you drinking it? Because Natasha, you have to face your fears. You can't run from them. Like, if it's my time, it's my time. So, like, I'm going to call it out, like, if I think that's what happened. But trust me, there were plenty of coffee cups I wasted money and didn't get to drink my coffee because I let the paranoia consume me. And now, you know, what, to prevent something that's inevitable? People, this enemy is relentless. If they don't get me yesterday, they're getting me today. So I learned, enjoy my fucking cup of coffee, and if it's my time, it's my time. And I'll ensure with crazy blogs like this that there'll be an investigation. CSI will be on the scene, and including the FBI and every other fucking law enforcement will at any point that I die, even if it's of natural causes, I have made it where there will be an investigation. And with that in place, with that type of protocol, if something is ever done to me, it will not go in vain. It will be vindicated. And I have basically made a fucking suspect list long as the fucking day is long. Or you could make some at home. Yeah, but people break in my house and that's too easy. If I have a coffee maker in my house, then they definitely know that's going to be Tank Lipp's coffee. At least I'm eliminating some variables if I randomly... Thank you for the segue. This is perfect. And I appreciate you trying to offer me some good rationale. And listen, trying to convince a crazy man of something rational, you're like talking to a wall, if I'm to be real honest with you. Like, so don't get annoyed at me, okay, as you give me one rational suggestion after another and I have a crazy answer for everything. Just bear with me. I've already done that. Where I was making my coffee, I was saving more money. It certainly costs less than a fucking outrageously priced $2.46 Panera cup, okay, to buy my own bag of fucking coffee, whatever, and brew it myself. The problem is, I noticed I got this weird stomach symptom. And I'm like, I just don't think it's from the coffee. So I think someone had already come in my house and got the coffee pot, figuring, you know, that's even more guarantee that if the goal is to get me, well, he's the only one that lives here, and his girlfriend doesn't drink coffee, so it's going to be him. So, in a roundabout, crazy, like, rationale, I've deemed it where, in a way, not that I'm safer, because we've got guys like Ken that stake out Panera, and the corrupted employees there. Okay, but in a way, I convinced myself that while it costs more money-wise, in a way it's safer. There's more variables protecting me from such an attack on my coffee if I just drive through. Now, also, I could go in and make it myself, and then I don't have to worry about someone slipping it in. The problem is when you wake up every day with sleep paralysis from your sleep apnea where you're not getting enough oxygen to your brain at night. I'm so groggy, so I basically make a spectacle of myself when I go in to make my coffee. Everything is slow motion. And then I make a circus act of myself now the enemy gets me that way. They get to look at me and laugh at me. And I'm fixated in slow motion, staring at my fucking coffee as I'm making it inside the restaurant. Now this is better than killing me. They get to watch the circus act and talk shit about me amongst each other. So that's why I'll drive through in my car. But like I said, then I open more variables. I'm in my car. I don't see when the girl goes to the coffee station, which, by the way, is in the lobby. It's not like they even make the coffee in the kitchen. The worker goes into the Panera lobby where people are sitting at their tables, and of course this asshole Ken is there. Okay, and then and I've seen it happen. I've seen them do it. Like, I've gauged the temperature with this. Like, I see how these girls have nothing invested in keeping my coffee safe. They get distracted for 2 seconds, so they go to make the coffee. They put it down on the counter. They're not watching that they're protecting the coffee. And then Ken comes over and slips something, or one of people in cahoots with Ken, while Ken's the lookout now. Now one of Ken's co-conspirators comes over and slips it in because she decided to conveniently turn her back on my coffee because another customer asked her a question, or she pretends she needs to go back into the kitchen for something to make my coffee, which makes no sense. All the supplies are right there on the table. So the point is, this marking on the cup, what does that do? Maybe the cup itself has like a trace of like some poison, and then they don't even have to do anything to the coffee. It's like all ready to go. Maybe Ken even took the cup home with himself, okay, and put the marking on the lid in addition to whatever chemicals he put in the cup. All he has to do when he's sitting with the fucking workers at Panera is hand them the cup. When Jason Lipp comes through, or Mr. Tank Lip comes through, this is the cup that you're going to fill his coffee with, and then you're going to give it to him. They know they're giving me the cup that they got because it has the marking on it. They also don't have to communicate about, is this the cup? They just look at it. They don't have to say, hey, Ken, is this the cup with the poison? Because then there's more chances they incriminate themselves. Another good worker that has nothing to do with the conspiracy isn't going to, get a red flag and, like, look into anything. They're not making themselves, drawing attention. See, it got me. They're not drawing attention to themselves as they, work this cup around to the point where it enters my hands and I take home a contaminated cup of coffee. This is me trying to fight back a gag. Which apparently, as Natasha pointed out, I drank this suspected cup of poison. And look, either I have an allergen to coffee, allergic reaction, or there's something in the coffee. Because I'm trying to fight back. Anyway, we just got an interruption. You know what? There's no point in doing this other really intelligent blog on top of this, because this has gone on for 20 minutes. And I don't think anyone will get to the other blog by the time they're listening to all this shit. So I'm going to end this. And in a little while, I'll do the blog that I meant to do. Which, once again, Tank Lip versus Panera took over. These guys have me even when they don't have me.